This is the third world server, and this video is just to briefly show the locations of different shopkeeper NPCs for the shopkeeper plugin. I know a few people were wondering the location of the new shopkeepers, and this is the generous general store here in the town of Mirgloth. And this shopkeeper will sell diamonds and dispensers and saddles. Because I know people were wondering in my first video showing the shopkeeper plugin, I had the NPC at spawn selling diamonds, but I changed my mind and had I wanted a NPC shopkeeper to sell diamonds. Uh, well, over here in the town of Mirgloth, not specifically in the town of Mirgloth for any specific reason, but just so that the NPCs aren't all in one spot. Sort of spread them out a little bit. And I'll show off, other than the NPC that sells like fruits like watermelon and stuff, there's nothing else, no other shopkeepers at the current time in the town of Mirgloth, but there are a few more in the town of Greenstone, so I'm going to head over there real quick. While we're passing through, I just briefly also would like to mention something that I've been getting a lot of complaints about in general, is just stuff like half trees and destroyed structures like this. I've been getting a lot of complaints about this kind of stuff. This kind of stuff needs to be taken care of. It's not against the rules right now, but if people continue to not really clean up after themselves when they make, messes like cobblestone pillars. I'm not talking about that. That's not an issue. I'm talking about like one by one block pillars that go way up in the sky, or just really destructed buildings, generally like this, and half trees in public areas, sort of where there's other people, a lot of other people building. That kind of stuff needs to be cleaned up after. If it continues to be an issue, I will make it a rule, but I don't really want to make it a rule. I have to enforce people to not leave half trees or make cobblestone or dirt pillars up to the sky, or leaving destructed buildings like that. And again, that's in public areas. If you're by yourself somewhere way out in the wilderness, that's not an issue. But if it's right next to other people, where other people are building and stuff, and especially if it's in a warp point area, you really need to clean up after that. And it's, like I said, I've been getting a lot of complaints, so if that isn't taken care of, people don't clean up after themselves, I will be making it a rule that I'll enforce. Anyways, next we'll go to Greenstone. We are now in the town of Greenstone, and inside the town hall here, you will find one of 3 shopkeepers of Greenstone, and this shopkeeper sells some cobblestone, a couple of types of wood logs, and stone, for gold, of course. And another shopkeeper is going to be over at the Slicey Dicey Sword Shop, which is just right over here. And this shopkeeper just sells some weapons. Don't really think it's some tools, yeah, swords and axes. I don't really expect people to probably use that shopkeeper a lot, but I just felt like putting it there. And then the third and final shopkeeper is actually outside of the walls of the town, over in the little farming area. Inside this farmhouse over here, there is a NPC shopkeeper that sells wool. for gold, of course, and just basically the non-colored wools: white wool, light gray wool, black wool. So that wool is available to be purchased from the shopkeepers. And I'll be, of course, adding more shopkeepers as there are new towns and more demand. So if anyone has requests for a specific kind of stuff that they want like a shopkeeper to sell, I can certainly place one of those shopkeepers. For the time being, there's just the two towns, town of Mirgloff and town of Greenstone. There's Thelonia too, but I don't have any plans of really having shopkeepers there. Maybe I will, I'm not sure yet. But as there are new towns and stuff, I'll sort of redistribute the location of the shopkeepers, or maybe even have shopkeepers selling the same stuff, but maybe for a different deal, like maybe for a better price, or you can sell stuff to them for more gold, that kind of thing. And regarding the other part of the shopkeeper plugin that allows players to have their own shops, their own NPC that they can sell their item or have their items sell to other players on the server. I was playing around with that, and it kind of sucks, to be honest. The only currency that it accepts from other players or will buy from other players is what is it called, emeralds. So it kind of really limits what you can sell to other players for a fair price. Obviously, you can't, if you're just wanting to sell, one cake, cakes by, one cake, the cheapest you could sell it to them is for one emerald, which is not very fair. I think it's set up where you can sell, I guess, multiple cakes for one emerald, but that gets confusing, and it really would have been better for the plugin to let you sort of do as the administrative shopkeepers can be, where you choose what you want people to trade it for. And I'm suspecting that I'm rambling and not making too much sense, but it's disappointing, the other side of the shopkeeper plugin. So very likely sometime in the future, if I find other shop plugins that are somewhat similar, in which they allow players to buy infinite quantities of items from the server for a price, preferably not item trading, but with essentials economy is what I'll be looking for. So Shopkeepers is going to be on for a while, but it may go away in the future if I find something better, obviously. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the server or elsewhere later.